Welcome to the Make a Baby podcast. I'm Carolina Sotomayor, your podcast host and expert Reiki womb healer. Over the past 6 years, I've had the honor of helping over 75 babies come into the world through the power of Reiki. I believe that healing is not meant to be done alone, nor should it be. On this podcast, you'll hear amazing Reiki guided meditations, empowering healing tips, and taboo topics with a focus on inclusivity and representation. Are you ready for these conversations? I am. Let's get started. Hello, friends. This is episode 73 of the Make a Baby podcast. I'm Carolina Sotomayor, your podcast host and expert Reiki womb healer. And you're going to start seeing some new things around here. This is our rebranding announcement. This is the new look to the podcast and the show. We have a new podcasting corner in my office, got a cozy blanket. And we want these conversations on this podcast to be more intimate, more relaxed, more of the topics that are focused on inclusivity, representation, more of the topics that no one else is talking about. We want you to feel at home on this podcast. The podcast has been rebranded. I would say they're rebirthed. I have slowly been working on this rebrand probably since March. Got super serious about it probably about 3 weeks ago. I think it's important to keep checking in with yourself and seeing whether you're a podcaster or a mom to be, just a person. It's important to keep checking in with yourself periodically. Why am I doing this? What is the outcome of this? And does it still make sense? And I think at the end of February, I had come to a conclusion that I was a little bit burnt out on podcasting, and I had batched so much in advance that I needed a break. So I took one. I had enough podcasts batched out with guests and solo episode that I could take a break. So I did that. Also, my podcast manager went on maternity leave and she's back. And that's been awesome too. We have another Reiki baby Earthside. So the rumor is if you work for me and you're wanting to become pregnant, it's just a matter of time before your womb is healed and opened up enough that you'll become pregnant. So a lot of wins around here lately. We're also going to make this podcast a lot more fun. And I think it has been fun. But I also have launched my group program this spring, and that was magical, and it's still ongoing. And we have been inviting and receiving new members into the Make a Baby membership. So this rebranding comes from a place of my soul evolving. It's been a rebirthing, a reawakening process. Last year, I let go of habits, beliefs, and people and relationships and working relationships also that were no longer serving me, that were no longer my highest good. And those things were not a good fit for where I was headed and lowered my vibration. So I have been doing a lot of inner work since the fall of last year and breaking away from those limiting beliefs and really diving deeper into my inner child, into doing more of my deeper womb work and understanding what does my 2023 look like? What is it that I want to do? What is it that I want my voice to sound and look like? And what is that? Even down to the colors we're using in this podcast cover. Everything has come from me and not from a coach, not from another person, not from another creator. It's all me. And I'm super excited because in 2023, that's what I want. I want to be authentically me. So with this rebranding of this podcast, it's really a rebirthing of this podcast. And I promise we are going to stay with this name for a long time. So the Make a Baby podcast is essentially just going to be focused on just that, helping you conceive. And that's energetically, spiritually, with the Reiki. We're going to bring in more of the Oracle card pulls and the things that I'm more well known for, and highlighting those things to better serve you. And we've done a really great job over the past year bringing on so many various guest experts every Friday. And it's been wonderful to do so. And this is our 73rd episode. So we're going to highlight more of the spiritual side, and we're going to have themes, and that might be for periods of time, such as a month or 2 months, so that because we serve so that everyone understands, like, we're serving from fertility, pregnancy, birth, and postpartum, and parenting. So we're going to have more of a cohesive feel and flow to the podcast, so that um, you have a better listening experience, so that the episodes kind of stack on each other, and that there is a series of guest experts that we're going to have are going to be actually repeat guests or people I have deep connections with. So I'm a human design projector. If you don't know your human design, totally look it up, Google it, or you can take my masterclass on it in the Make a Baby membership. And with as being a projector, I require a lot of rest. I'm a guider, I'm a wise person, but I also require a lot of time where I'm just waiting for the invitation. And that's been really kind of like an interesting journey to learn how to navigate while I'm in business and while I'm self-employed and as a healer, is you know, wait for the invitation. So a great way of waiting for the invitation is to start conversations. And I want to have deeper conversations with you. We had a lot of success over the past year highlighting people of color, understanding. We had different guests represent the LGBTQ plus community and what it's like to conceive with IUI, what it's like to buy sperm. And when we were researching all of these topics, we realized there's not a lot of podcasts on them, let alone like singular episodes on them. So, what I have decided to do is I'm going to bring back the people that I'm most connected with in the episodes you listen the most to. And we're going to have those people come back on and talk about where are they now? What other things can we talk about? Because they've lived their lives and they have more stories to tell. And I know as a projector, I thrive off of deep connections. Small talk is not really my jam, but I also love a good interview where there's lots of giggles, where there's lots of laughter, even if it's a serious topic. If it can be told with compassion and kindness and enthusiasm, it kind of makes it easier to hear and digest and understand. And I have found that when I have sought out and had conversations, hey, do you want to come back for the podcast for the new rebranding? Um, it was so well received and there was such excitement for the return. So we're going to have some of our favorites. We're going to have our Dr. Beck Hohen come back and talk about infertility and acupuncture as an alternative medicine doctor. We're going to talk to Jenny and Marian Ortega, and they're going to be talking about their journey and all the things they have with caring, with the difference of caring parents and carrying parents versus supportive parent, and what does that mean, and what is it like to choose the right fertility clinic for yourself as a queer woman, as a queer couple. There's just so many of these topics that need to be talked about and be heard. And through this process, I have learned how little I know and how ready I am to receive all of this knowledge and step into these conversations. And I invite you to go along with this journey with me. There is so much that we can do together. I believe healing doesn't have to be done alone, nor should it be. That's like a line in my intro. And I feel that healing together as a collective unit is so powerful. We're changing the world when we heal our wombs, when we heal these emotional burdens that have been given to us by our ancestors, and just breaking those generational curses and patterns. So, my friend, it is Mercury retrograde. It is May 2nd, and I'm so proud to be here with you and to embark on this journey. And I'm so glad that you're here with me. So, this rebranding has been a rebirthing of my podcast and my brand. And if you want to work with me, we have a Make a Baby membership, which is a monthly subscription. You can come and go, cancel anytime. We have multiple circles a month, and that's serving from fertility all the way through postpartum. And because healing is not a one-time event, and if you want to break ancestral patterns and you want to break self-sabotaging, and you've lived a life of hurt, because everyone's been hurt and everyone has their traumas and everyone has a story, you need continuous support. And that's what allows you to have long-lasting change, is to have that continuous support. Our next level fertility is my signature 90-day program where I teach you Reiki and we identify what your triggers are and we heal all the emotional blockages behind your infertility in 90 days. And that is magical. And that's just a small group of women I take on every month in a 90-day container. So, also, if you would just like a Reiki session done, we can do that too. You can check all of those programs out in the show notes. And so our episodes are not going to be very long this season. They're going to be shorter. My next episode is my birthday wishes for you as I turn 40 this week. So I hope that you know that this is also to provide you, everything that I do here is to provide you a better listening experience, a better healing conversation. And I would be so grateful if, while you have your phone open and you're listening to my voice right now, if you could screenshot this episode, share it with a friend, and post it on your social media and tag me in it. My Instagram and TikTok handle are at the Carolina Sotomayor. And I would just love it if you could share this show with one of your friends who is struggling with infertility, struggling to conceive. They want to heal and they want to have access to information that is not openly found. Please go ahead and do that and let them know how they conceive with Reiki too. So, my friends, let the Reiki flow, and I'll see you here next time. Feeling hopeless in your fertility journey, fearful that you'll never become pregnant? The Make a Baby membership was created just for you, using the exact methods of Reiki that helped me conceive my son. We've helped over 75 babies come into this world by removing blockages from the womb and body with our powerful Reiki techniques. Visit carolinasotomayor.com to join the Make a Baby membership today.